What's up, y'all? Welcome back to ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. Y'all, I'm here to recap the Tennessee Titans Week 6 loss to the Indianapolis Colts, in which they lost 20-17. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. And y'all, sorry, I was going to come on here on Monday and recap this game, but I was still really upset about this game. So I said, you know what? Let me just wait a few more days to, this game is finally, kind of out of my system so I can make sure I'm not on YouTube yelling and screaming. All right, y'all. So with that being said, let's get straight into this, man. And let's start with our quarterback, y'all, Mr. William Levis. And man, it was a pretty bad performance by him on Sunday, man. He was 16 of 27, threw for only 95 yards, which is incredibly ridiculous. One touchdown, one interception. And y'all, let me say this, man. Will is not playing well. He's not the only reason we're losing, though, obviously, right? You're not 1-4 because one player is playing bad. You're 1-4 because your entire team is not playing well. You're 1-4, y'all, because your organization has failed its fan base. But yeah, he's not playing well. And I thought this was an amazing opportunity for him. Going against a really bad Colts secondary, y'all. I mean, coming to that game, the Colts at the 29th ranked passing defense in the NFL. So I thought this was a game that he could have, 3 or 4 touchdowns, about 300 yards, maybe even 350 yards. Because I saw a couple weeks ago, Trevor Lawrence, y'all. Trevor Lawrence had been playing like hot garbage so far. And he had a great game against the Indianapolis Colts secondary. I think he had like 379 yards, a couple of touchdowns. And I thought Will Levis was going to be able to do this, but he was unable to do it, y'all. So now on the season, man, he has 5 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Now, y'all, I had him in my when I did my Titans preview video. I had him throwing for only 11 interceptions on the season. Yeah, he's gonna throw for more than 11 interceptions, man. He's probably gonna throw for like maybe 17 or 18 interceptions. He's still, being careless with the football. He's still not reading the field well. There was actually a play, y'all, in that game against the Colts, man. It was a third down, and for whatever reason, he threw it to Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley was double teamed. I saw Tyler Boyd. He was in the slot. He was running wide open, and that would have been a touchdown, right? So the outcome in this game could have been different had he saw Tyler Boyd running wide open, but he didn't see him open. Um, Another thing that was disappointing about this game too, y'all, is that we didn't allow a sack. Man, give credit to our offensive line; they did not allow a single sack. Leroy Watson, he was our starting right tackle in that game. He started instead of Nicholas Petit Frere. He played okay. He wasn't great. He definitely was better than NPF. Now, obviously, NPF is not a very good player, so it's not that difficult to be better than him and outperform him. But I thought, Leroy Watson again, he was decent for us, so hopefully he continues to get better. J.C. Latham, y'all, man, he's already looking like one of the best left tackles in the league. Lloyd Cushenberry is playing well. Peter Skoronski, he started the season the first couple of weeks when we played against the Bears and Jets. He kind of struggled the last 3 weeks, though, y'all. I think Peter Skoronski has played very well. Dylan Raiders continues to do his job. So, yeah, the offensive line, they're moving in a positive direction, which is great. But, man, now we need, our quarterback, we need our wide receivers to start making plays, man, because early in the season, we were complaining about our offensive line. They weren't giving us enough time, to try to make explosive plays offensively. Well, on Sunday, they did, y'all. And honestly, the last 3 weeks, our offensive line has played well. So we need to get more production, again, from our quarterback and from our wide receivers, y'all. So Will Levis, man, he has to be better, y'all. Because trust me, I really don't want us to have to draft a quarterback because here's the thing, y'all. We need more than just a quarterback anyways. We're going to need 2 wide receivers. We're going to potentially need a new right tackle. We're going to need an edge rusher. We desperately need an edge rusher. We're probably going to need a safety R2, depending on what we do with Amani Hooker after the season's over with. So, yeah, I don't want us to have to draft the quarterback again because he still ain't. I don't care who we get, y'all. The quarterback, whoever our quarterback might be next year, is still not going to fix all our problems because, trust me, we got much bigger problems than just a quarterback. Okay, we're not a quarterback away. I know some Titans fans think that. We're not, okay? Because not only do we potentially have a roster problem, y'all, we have a coaching problem right now, which I'm finna get into here in a second. And we also have an organization problem because, man, I don't know what's going on with our organization. Y'all feel like these last, 3 years, we just had a dark cloud on this organization. We're just not able to win close games all of a sudden, which has been something that we have been known for, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Now, all of a sudden, we're making dumb mistakes. in key situations, excuse me. We're unable to close games. We're unable to win close games. So it's just pathetic, y'all. But our coach, man, Brian Callahan, and listen, I'm not saying fire him. I know some people are already saying that. Y'all, we're not gonna fire Brian Callahan, and we shouldn't, because at the end of the day, this is his first time ever being a head coach. He's 5 games into his head coaching tenure. So far, yes, it's been a disaster, y'all. And on Sunday, man, I did not like his game plan at all. He was way too conservative. Listen, I know Will Levis is struggling right now. I know these wide receivers are struggling, but man, you got to be aggressive. And I did not like the fact that he basically put the handcuffs, y'all, on our offense. Like, we did not throw the ball down the field at all on Sunday, which didn't make any sense to me, because again, I just told y'all a few minutes ago, man, coming to that game, the Colts had the 29th ranked passing defense, man. We should have been able to throw the ball all over the field against their secondary. But Brian Callahan did not do that. Y'all, Will Levis only threw for 3.5 yards per pass. I mean, come on, man. I know high school quarterbacks that throw for more than that. You're talking about this dude's an NFL quarterback only throwing for 3.5 yards per pass? Yikes. That's really, really bad, man. And I think Brian Callahan, y'all, right now, and I don't think it's going to continue to be this way, but right now he's in over his head. Okay? I think Brian Callahan, dog, well, hey, I can just come in, basically be the offensive coordinator, and I just let Denard Wilson, take care of the defense, and everything's going to be fine. But y'all, at the end of the day, Brian Callahan is the head coach of this team, not just the offensive coordinator, okay? He needs to start being the head coach of this football team, because right now you can clearly tell he's really only focused on the offense. And right now, our offense is not even playing well. So he has to step it up, y'all, okay? He has to step it up and be a head coach. Take over this locker room, man, because I don't really think right now the players really respect him as a head coach, which I don't blame them, because how can you? Again, this is not a guy that's come in and said, I'm going to implement my system, y'all, throughout the team. This is the guy that came in. What did he say? I'm basically going to call plays. I'm going to be the offensive coordinator. I'm going to let Denard Wilson handle everything defensively, y'all. But that's not what really good head coaches do. Because even though Mike Tomlin is a defensive guy, Mike Tomlin, he'll still make sure his offense is playing up to par. And for Brian Callahan, he needs to do the same thing. He needs to make sure we're not having, these stupid penalties on defense, shooting ourselves in the foot. He needs to make sure on special teams, man, we quit getting these punt blocks. Okay, he needs to make sure that also on special teams, man, that we're opening up lanes for Jaquan Jackson to run through, so that way we can start getting more explosive plays from Jaquan Jackson, because we know Jaquan Jackson has that ability. Okay, so I want to start seeing him, y'all, be the head coach, okay? And not just entitled, but man, actually be the head coach. Take over this locker room. Do something, because too many times I just see Brian Callahan, he has the sheet up to his face. Y'all see in this picture, man, he has the sheet up to his face, and he just calling plays. That's it. Man, we didn't hire you to be the offensive coordinator. We hired you to be the head coach of this football team. We hired you because we were ready to move in a different direction. Well, so far, y'all, let's be honest. This team is worse than what we were last year. And I don't understand that, because we definitely have more talent on this team this year than we did last year. But we're worse than we were last year. At least last year, we won 6 games. At least last year, y'all, we had some games where we actually competed in. We had some games where we were like, hey, if we just had better talent, we could win this game. But this year, it's not even just a talent issue, I don't think, with this team, y'all, because we have much better talent than we did last year. It's a coaching problem. Okay, so Brian Callahan, you're being the head coach, man. I'm looking at you. Now, there's these assistant coaches. Yes, a lot of them need to get their act together as well. Because again, we're 1-4 for a reason, y'all. No one is doing their job right now. But Brian Callahan, you're the head coach, man. I expect more. And then offensively, y'all, since he is basically our de facto offensive coordinator, we need to start attacking the middle of the field. I think I said this 3 weeks ago after our game against the New York Jets. It's so frustrating to see this offense not attack the middle of the field at all, considering the playmakers that we have on this team. Tyler Boyd, man, Tyler Boyd, he's been one of the best slot receivers in the league since he entered the league back in 2016. Why are we not running more like little dig routes, little slant routes to him? DeAndre Hopkins, man, he's one of the best contested catch wide receivers in NFL history. Man, just put him on a little drag route, put him on a little fade. And then with Calvin Ridley, we know Calvin Ridley, man, he really, really struggled, y'all. But some of that was on Brian Callahan. We got to get Calvin Ridley the football sooner. He even said so himself. Because yes, although he had 8 targets, and he did not have a single catch in that game against the Colts, y'all, we did not give him the football at all in the first half. So we have to start using our playmakers offensively. Why do we give Calvin Ridley a 4-year, $92 million deal with $50 million guaranteed if we weren't even going to be giving this man targets? He's too dynamic. He's too explosive with the football in his hands for him to not get targets until the end of the game. So Brian Callahan, dude, you're supposed to be this offensive guru, man. I'm ready to see it. Because so far, we have one of the worst offenses in the league. And y'all, but this was really bad though. I mean, this is the worst performance we've had all season so far offensively. Only 95 passing yards. Ridiculous. But y'all, on a positive note, I'll give Brian Callahan this. So far, our running game has been surprisingly, y'all, because I think our running game is going to be this good, but so far, our running game has been surprisingly good, man. Tony Pollard, y'all, I mean, man, great signing about Rand Carthon. He had 17 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. So far, Tony Pollard has definitely been a top 5 player on this team, man. He had an incredible 23-yard run. It was 30-19, y'all. 30-19, and Tony Pollard went and scored a touchdown, man. He juked out a couple of Colts defenders and found himself in the end zone, man. I mean, Tony Pollard, this dude's just so explosive, man. He's so fast. He's so quick. I'm glad we have him on our team. I remember a lot of people questioning as to why Rand Carthon did not re-sign Derrick Henry. Listen, Derrick Henry is off to an incredible start with the Baltimore Ravens, y'all. But this is why he signed Tony Pollard, because Tony Pollard brings something to this team that we really don't have, which again is that speed, explosive level that we desperately need on this football team. And so, yeah, I'm glad to have Tony Pollard. I know he's going to continue to do well, y'all. And we're going to need him to do well, right? I mean, we're going to need to keep feeding the ball to Tony Pollard, because so far he's shown himself to be a very productive player for us. Again, it's unfortunate, man, that we're not able to get our passing game going. But hey, I mean, right now it's the running game that's leading us, which is kind of funny, right? Because when we hired Brian Callahan, we said, like, we rejoiced, like, yay, we're finally going to come up, to modern day football. And come to find out, man, we're playing Jeff Fisher, Mike Munchak, and Mike Vrabel style football. How funny is that, y'all? Isn't that pretty funny? We're still doing that. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, right? I thought we were done playing Jeff Fisher, Mike Munchak, and Mike Vrabel football, but it seems like we're still playing that style of football. But again, nevertheless, man, Tony Pollard's playing well, and I cannot wait to see what he does, the rest of the season. Though, y'all, on a negative note, man, still not able to get Tajay going. And unfortunately, Tajay has a hamstring injury. He's going to be out for our game against the Buffalo Bills, man. But I mean, again, Brian Callahan, I don't understand his lack of targets in some of these guys, man. I mean, you got D-Hop, Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley, Tajay. And I didn't even touch on our tight ends, Chig Okonkwo and Josh Whyle. Y'all, they've done nothing this year. Chig and Josh Whyle have done absolutely nothing. But a lot of that is on Brian Callahan, because he's not even looking for them. He's not drawing up plays for them. I mean, dude, Josh Whyle is 6'7". He could be a big red zone target for us. We don't even throw the ball to him in the red zone. We just throw a nice little red zone fade to him. We don't even do that. And then Chig Okonkwo, y'all, Chig is one of the most athletic tight ends in the league. He is so much more athletic and faster than basically any linebacker in the league. When he's matched up one-on-one against a linebacker, I like our chances in that matchup. But it's like Brian Callahan, he's not even using that to his advantage, man. So when Tajay comes back, hopefully he comes back next week when we play against the Lions, because God knows we're going to need all the help we can get when we go and play the Lions, man, because the Lions are one of the best teams in the league. They might be the best team in the NFL. But when Tajay does come back, y'all, we got to get him the football more in the run game and in the pass game, man. I mean, it's ridiculous that he only has 33 carries on the season. But, y'all, what's even more ridiculous, Tajay only has 12 receptions on the season through 5 games. This was a guy last year, man. We raved about Tajay because we thought, yeah, we got a guy that could be our running back of the future. But we're not even featuring him, y'all. We got to give that dude the football. So, again, Brian Callahan, you got to start feeding your playmakers, man. Period. You got to start doing that, okay? Because if we want to have any success, if we want to have any chance of turning this season around, we got to get these dudes involved. We got to get them going, y'all. And then continuing on that negative note, man, I mean, I kind of touched on it a few minutes ago, but Calvin really, Y'all know I'm a big fan of Calvin Ridley. I came on here and we signed him. I said that was a great signing by Rand Carthon. We basically stole Calvin Ridley from the Jaguars and the Patriots, y'all, because both of those teams wanted him, and then Rand Carthon said, nope, the Tennessee Titans, we're going to get Calvin Ridley. But we're not using him, y'all. He was very frustrated after the game on Sunday. I'm not going to repeat what he said, because he dropped a few expletives. But if y'all want to go out and listen to it yourself to what Calvin really said after our loss on Sunday, you will see why he was very frustrated. He basically said that he just needs to get more targets early on in the game. I totally agree with that, y'all. Now, listen, y'all seeing this picture right here? It looks like Calvin really caught the ball, right? But he allowed Julian Blackmon to strip the ball for him, end up being an incomplete pass. Now, that was his fault. Now, I blame Calvin really for that. He should have came down with this catch. But also, y'all, our quarterback has to start throwing better balls. And then our head coach / offensive coordinator, he has to give him the football early and often. And that was one of my keys to this game. And I said, feed Calvin Ridley, because he can really, really, really have a great game against this Indianapolis Colts secondary. So it's frustrating. I mean, Calvin Ridley only has 9 catches on the season. 9 catches on the season. 5 games, and he only has 9 catches. Wow. This dude, y'all, I think Calvin Ridley is a top 15 wide receiver in the league. And right now, he probably has like bottom 5 wide receiver numbers. I'm gonna tell y'all, these are Calvin Ridley's numbers right here. Listen to these. Get mine, y'all. Again, this is the dude that we gave a 4-year, $92 million contract with $50 million guaranteed. These are his numbers: 9 catches, 141 yards, 27 targets, man. 1 touchdown, 28.2 yards per game. Come on, man. We brought this dude in here to be an explosive playmaker for our offense. We brought this dude in here to stretch the field vertically for our offense, man. And again, some of it is on Calvin Ridley, y'all, but a lot of this is on our quarterback and our head coach. So for Will Levis and Brian Callahan, man, be better, do your job, please. Before I move on further, I see we got a question coming in, or a couple of questions coming in from Nikki T. Good evening, Zay. How do you feel about what transpired with Jamal Adams? This is a great question. I'm not surprised that this happened. We've been hearing last week that Jamal Adams was unhappy with his role within our team. All I can say is, man, wish the best to Jamal Adams. I remember when we signed him, man. I came on here and I told y'all that he wasn't gonna be like a starter for us, but I thought he could be decent depth for us. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. But again, wish the best to Jamal Adams, and hopefully he can find a team where he can get some more snaps. It was just gonna be hard for him to really play a lot of snaps for us. I mean, Quandre Diggs, y'all, has been playing very well. Amani Hooker, he's been playing well too. He had a really good interception on Sunday. So it was just not really a place for Jamal Adams to, I guess, get the desired snaps that he wanted. Now, if he was okay with maybe getting 10 or 15 snaps per game, yeah, I think we could have probably get him 10 or 15 snaps a game. But it sounds like he wants to play like at least maybe 35, 40 snaps a game. And we just don't have that here for him. So again, hopefully he goes to a team that gives him his desired snaps. And I also see we have another comment from Nikki T. How much validity do you place in the trade rooms that are circulating regarding Diop and Big Jeff? In regards to Big Jeff, I don't believe it at all. I think it's baloney, so to speak. Seriously, man. I mean, Big Jeff is our franchise player. He's the best player on this football team. It would make zero sense to trade him. Big Jeff is entering his prime, man. He just turned 27 this year. So why would you trade a guy that's in his prime? That's one of the best players at his position. I mean, Big Jeff is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. So it would make zero sense to trade him. Now, D-Hop, I love D-Hop. D-Hop is one of my favorite receivers of all time. I think he's a great person too, man. I mean, D-Hop has brought a lot of excitement to this football team. He really has. He's really like embraced the city, the organization. I mean, D-Hop, man, has just been great for us. But I could understand why Rand would think about trading him. D-Hop is going to be 32. He's going to be 33 next year. This is the last year of his contract. And maybe Rand Carthon would like want to do right by D-Hop and send him to a contender, like potentially, the Chiefs, maybe the Steelers, send him to a team that has a chance to like go to the playoffs and maybe even further than that. I don't want us to trade D-Hop just because, again, I really like D-Hop. He's one of my favorite receivers ever. But I will understand why we would be doing that. Because again, if we want to do right by Diop, send him to a team that has a chance to, go to the playoffs, win the Super Bowl. And then also, if we don't think we're going to be able to re-sign him next year, then yeah, at least get something from him. I mean, we just saw, I did a couple videos on it if y'all want to go and look at it, but we just saw Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper. They're around the same age as D Hop. Devontae Adams actually is the same age as D Hop. We just saw they got traded a couple of days ago for a third round pick. I think D Hop, he could get traded for a third round pick. So yeah, I would definitely again understand why Rand Carthon would think about doing it. Personally, though, I wouldn't want us to trade D Hop. But I will say this, y'all: if we lose these next two games, this Sunday we got the Buffalo Bills. Next Sunday we got the Detroit Lions. If we lose these next two games, we will be 1-6. If Rand Carthon trades D Hop, I'll be like, okay, yeah, it does make sense though, because at 1-6, y'all, it's over. Now, I was listening to Tyler Boyd today. He said, the Titans still have a chance at 1-4, the season not over with. Y'all, if we lose on Sunday, okay, it's over. Y'all see the title of this live stream, right? At the end of it is what? Mock draft season, question mark. Y'all, listen, and then I'll get ready to get back into this recap, but I really do not want to start doing mock drafts. It's October 17th, y'all. I don't want to start doing mock drafts this early. Y'all saw last year, for those people that have maybe been on my channel since last year, I didn't do my first times mock draft until December. Okay, trust me. I do not want to start doing mock drafts this early on. But at the end of the day, y'all, I realize the kind of football we've been playing, we haven't been playing well. I see the next two teams up on our schedule. I'm like, yeah, there's a great chance we're going to be 1-6, y'all. So unfortunately, it looks like Zay is probably going to start doing my mock drafts early than I would have expected to be doing it, y'all, because I did have us winning 10 games this year, right? So I did not think I would be doing the mock draft like potentially in early November, but it kind of looks like I probably will be doing that because we'll be 1-6 in this season. Will definitely be over with, y'all. But let's move kind of to a positive note, man, and that is our rookie cornerback, man, Jarvis Brownlee Jr. Man, let's give him a round of applause. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. has been phenomenal. Y'all see in this picture, man, he had an interception, but then the referee called him for illegal contact. I was like, oh my gosh. But you know what? I was fine with it, man, because Jarvis Brownlee's been doing his thing. I mean, right now, he looks like the best corner on this football team. L'Jarius Sneed is playing well. I know he had his struggles on Sunday. Y'all listen, every player is going to have their struggles, especially a cornerback. We know cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play in the NFL. So L'Jarius Sneed is going to be fine. But man, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., y'all, he looks like the real deal. And to all the people that didn't want us to trade Kevin Byard, y'all, the reason we have Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is because we traded Kevin Byard. We got a 5th round pick out of that deal. And we were able to select Jarvis Brownlee Jr., y'all. So listen, Kevin Byard, one of the greatest players in Titans history. But yeah, I was glad we traded him because now it looks like we just got our future number one cornerback, man. Jarvis Brownlee, he's so physical, he's so aggressive, and it's surprising that he's this physical and this aggressive as a rookie, y'all. Because most of the time, rookie cornerbacks, they're kind of, you're scared, you're nervous. Especially nowadays, there are so many elite wide receivers in the NFL. I mean, you're going against dudes like Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb and Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I mean, the list goes on and on. Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're going to get so many elite wide receivers on a week in and week out basis, man. And that could be terrifying as a rookie cornerback. But y'all, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., I mean, we saw him on Sunday. He was like talking trash to, Michael Pittman and Josh Downs. And I was like, yeah, like Jarvis, I see you, man. I love that, y'all. He's so feisty, physical, aggressive. This kid, I'm telling you, he looks like he's going to be a future Pro Bowler for us. He had a couple of tackles in that game, 2 pass deflections as well. I've been very, very, very impressed by the way Jarvis Brownlee has played, y'all. This is great. Chidobe Awuzie, when he comes back from injury reserve, brother, you gonna have to earn your starting job back, man. Because right now, the way Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is playing, he should still be in the starting lineup. And I think there's going to be a conversation that the Titans organization is going to have because obviously, a few months ago, we gave Chidobe Awuzie a 3-year, $36 million deal. And if you're paying a guy, $12 million annually, you don't want him sitting on the bench. But if you got a rookie, y'all, that's playing this well, and he's earned his snaps, you need to continue to play him. So, yeah, I think Jarvis Brownlee Jr., he should continue to be out there for us, y'all, because he is making so many plays for us. my goodness, right now he looks like the best corner on this team. Other notes defensive, y'all, like I said, L'Jarius Sneed, he struggled on Sunday, but I'm still not concerned about him. Amani Hooker, I think I said a few minutes ago, he had a really good game on Sunday, had a nice interception. He could have had another interception, but unfortunately, Kenneth Murray Jr., yes, I didn't say Keith Murray, y'all, not the rapper. I wish this was the rapper Keith Murray, but the linebacker, Kenneth Murray Jr., he had a stupid pass interference, y'all. It really, really made me mad. Even though Kenneth Murray, he's played, okay for us, but I was like, dude, come on, you can't have a pass interference in that moment because we could have had a huge interception, gave the football back to our offense, on the short field. They probably could have scored a field goal touchdown, but anyways, y'all, Monty Hooker had an interception, played well. Like I said a few minutes ago as well, Quandre Diggs, he continues to play well. I mean, we have a really good safety duo. Ernest Jones, man. Once again, that was a great trade by Rand Carthon. We need to sign Ernest Jones to a contract extension immediately because he is a free agent after this season. But I definitely want Ernest Jones to be our future starting linebacker for years and years and years to come. Other notes defensive, y'all, we cannot get after the quarterback. We need an edge rusher so badly, man. I think a lot of Titans fans are failing to realize we cannot get after the quarterback consistently. Harold Landry is the only guy on this team that can consistently create pressure and get after the quarterback. Okay? I don't think a lot of Titans fans are even talking about that. Y'all, Arden Key stinks, man. And I knew this was going to happen. Okay? Because although so many Titans fans and Titans media, they were like, hyping Arden Key up during training camp. I was like, dude, y'all did that last year, and look what happened. He only had six sacks for us last year. There were so many times last year where Arden Key was like Casper the Ghost, y'all, because he disappeared. And so far this year, he's been what? He's been Casper the Ghost, man. He's disappearing. Like, seriously, Arden Key has not done anything for us, man. We desperately need an edge rusher on this team opposite of Harold Landry. This is why, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I really don't want us to have to be forced to draft a quarterback because we have so many other needs than that. We really need an edge rusher. Y'all, we have not taken an edge rusher in the first round since Derek Morgan. Man, that was way back in 2010. In 2010, this team has not had a great edge rusher since Javon Curse and Kyle Vanden Bosch. Think about that, y'all. It's been a long time ago. For my long-term, for my diehard Titans fans out there that remember those two fellas, y'all know they were great players for us, man. But that was years ago. We need to get a dominant edge rusher on this team, man, because we did not have a sack on Sunday. And the Colts offensive line was banged up. I thought we were at least going to be able to generate pressure. We weren't able to do that. So I want a superstar edge rusher on this team. I know they're hard to find, but I want one, y'all. I'm ready for this franchise to have a TJ Watt, a Myles Garrett, a Nick Bosa, a Von Miller. I'm ready for that. We don't have that right now. We really need that because although we have a really good secondary, y'all, you still have to be able to generate pressure. And right now, we cannot do that. T'Vondre Sweat, though, he continues to impress me, y'all. I mean, man, let's give kudos, big kudos to our GM, though, Rand Carthon, man, because this 2024 draft class looks legit. I mean, you talk about J.C. Latham, my first-round pick. He looks like one of the best left tackles in the league. T'Vondre Sweat already looks like one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league. And Jarvis Brownlee, y'all, is our best cornerback right now. So our draft class looks really great. I can't wait to see what Cedric Gray does. Jaquan Jackson, he's also been really solid as a kick/punt returner. So, yeah, these young guys are balling out. We got to get more from our coach staff. We got to get more from some of our veteran players. But, yeah, these young guys continue to ball out, y'all. So, with that being said, man, it is time for me to hand out my report card, my grades for the offense, defense, and special teams unit on Sunday, y'all. So for offense, I gave us a C-. The only reason this grade is even high as it is because we did run the ball incredibly well. We ran for 146 yards, 5.2 yards per carry. But yeah, y'all, this really should have been an F performance. Because again, we only had 95 passing yards, which is absolutely ridiculous. We were horrible on third down, which has been, the theme of this team all season long so far. We were 4-11 on third down. But again, what's really helping us out offensively is our running game. So that's why I gave us a grade of a C-. Defensively, y'all, I gave them a grade a C. I think it was an average performance. Although the Colts only had 269 total yards of offense, man. Y'all, they were 7-15 on third down. That's about 47%, which is not good. We had so many, back breaking penalties. Like I said, Kenneth Murray, he had a pass interference that negated the interception by Monty Hooker. Legere Sneed, he also had a pass interference. I think it was like a 38-yard pass interference. And then we just had some other penalties on defense that were really killing us. So defensively, it wasn't a horrible performance, but definitely was far from our best performance, y'all. And then special teams, I gave us a B. Nick Folk continues to probably be the best kicker in the league. I mean, he made his only field goal attempt. It was a 44-yarder. He's perfect on the year, y'all. 8 of 8, man. So love what I'm seeing from Nick Folk. Our special teams unit still continues though to kind of underwhelm me. We're just not getting a lot, man, from our punt return game. Even though I think Jaquan Jackson, I mean, he's very fast and explosive, but we're just not really, able to create many holes for him to run through, so he can hopefully, man, take one back to the crib, as we say, y'all. Take one back to the crib one day for us, because we have not had a punt return touchdown on this team in years. Like seriously, I think the last time we might have had a punt return touchdown was like 2016, I believe, or something like 2015 or 16. I mean, that's absolutely pathetic. So y'all, those are the grades. Offense is a C minus, defense is a C, and special teams is the B, y'all. So with that being said, again, listen, we're 1-4. Season, let's be honest, y'all, it's over because we got the Bills on Sunday, the Lions on the next Sunday. But the good news is, man, it looks like we have a good group of young guys that we can build around. But we need our quarterback to be better. We need our head coach to be better, and the coaches. And then we need our organization to be better too, y'all. The reason this team is 1-4, the reason this team is disappointing us, man, is because the team has failed us, the coaches have failed us, and the organization has failed us. I've always said that the best organizations, y'all, are the best teams. That's why the Seahawks, the 49ers, the Chiefs, those teams, y'all, and the Steelers as well, those teams, they've had a lot of success, for the past 10 or 15 years. Why? Because their organizations are run so well. I mean, you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Kevin Colbert, he was the GM since 2010, and then he retired a couple years ago in 2022. But he had actually been a part of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization since 2000. Mike Tomlin's in his 18th year, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers have had a lot of stability in their organization, and when you have that kind of stability, man, it allows you to build a consistent winner. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Andy Reid has been there for 11 or 12 years now. They're run very well. The Hunt family, which is their owners, man. They're the great people, man. Just a great organization all around. You look at the Seattle Seahawks. You're talking about Pete Carroll. He was there for 15 years. John Snyder, he's been the GM since 2010. So you look at the teams, y'all, that again have been the best teams for the last 10 to 15 years. They've had really good organizations. They've been run incredibly well. It's not just about y'all always having the best players. It's not just, well, if we have a great quarterback, we're going to win games. First off, it takes more than just having a great quarterback to win games. But then also, you need a really good coaching staff, man. You need to have an organization that's on one accord, that's run well. Everybody is agreeing with each other, man. Because at the end of the day, y'all, the ultimate goal for any organization, whether it's NFL, baseball, basketball, whatever it is to just win games and ultimately win a championship, y'all. So we're trying to build a championship level organization, not just a championship level team, not just making sure we have an elite quarterback, man. We want our entire organization, this entire Tennessee Titans organization, to be one of the best organizations in the NFL, y'all, because when we get to that point, I'm telling y'all, this team is going to be back to how it used to look like, back in the early days in 99 or 2000, when we had the late great Frank Wycheck, the late great Steve Meniere, Eddie George, Kevin Dyson, man, Brad Hopkins. We're going to go back to looking like those teams, because during those days, not only did we have a great team, not only did we have a great quarterback, y'all, we had a great organization. Jeff Fisher at the time was a really good head coach, man. Floyd Reese was a really good GM. May he rest in peace as well. And it's time for the Tennessee Titans to get back to that, y'all. I will admit, we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go in terms of getting back to being one of the best organizations, one of the best teams in the league. But we're hoping, y'all, that the rest of the season, again, we can see improvement, hopefully, from our young quarterback with Levis. We see improvement from our head coach, Brian Callahan. But ultimately, y'all, we just see improvement from our organization as a whole. If not, y'all, I will admit, I want this man on my football team, y'all. That is Shador Sanders. Y'all see got the Photoshop of him in an Oilers jersey, man. I ain't gonna lie, Shador look clean in that Oilers jersey. Yeah, y'all. Right now, I would want Shador. Now, again, as I stated, I think 2 or 3 times during this live stream, I really don't want us to have to take a quarterback because we got other needs than a quarterback. But if we do have to take a quarterback, man, I want Shador Sanders, y'all. I think Shador is the real deal, man. I love his pocket presence. I love his accuracy, man. And I think he's a very underrated runner. I don't think people give Shador a lot of credit for his escapability, man. I mean, even though, this year Colorado's offensive line has played better, there's been times where Shador could have got sacked. He should have got sacked, but he was able to escape the pocket. He always keeps his eyes down the field, man, hooking up with his wide receiver, Travis Hunter and Jimmy Horn Jr. and Amarion Miller, and Will Shepard. And so, yeah, if we have to take a quarterback, y'all, I want Shador Sanders, y'all. Be honest, don't Shador, he already looks like he was made to be a Tennessee Titans, right? I mean, look at it. The number 2, man, the baby blue Oilers jersey, yeah. So, again, if we continue to struggle, if Will Levis continues to struggle, if we can't get this thing turned around, then, yeah, it's going to be time for mock draft season, and I will want Shador Sanders, man, to be on this team. But hopefully, y'all, we're able to get things turned around, and we can at least, be a respectable team this year, man. So there y'all have it. That was me recapping the Tennessee Titans Week 6 loss, man, to the Indianapolis Colts, 20-17. I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. If you did, say yeah, Zay. Yeah, I remember Javon Curse, aka the Free. Yes, Javon Curse is one of the best players in Tennessee Titans history. He's definitely the best defensive end we've ever had. And hopefully, again, y'all, hopefully we can find our next Javon Curse because, boy, do we desperately need him. Remember, y'all, laughter is good medicine. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm going to end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.